York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track on the floor, scoring Morris 94, and the Knicks are hardcore. And I'll tell you like this, we ain't never looked sharper. With Hubert, Bonner, Gray, and Harper, it's the Knicks, and we're back on pace. Everyone's gearing up for the championship race, and the fans are going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. Cause 94 is the Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that takes. We're shooting three-pointers, and we're running fast breaks, and if your defense makes a mistake, then bam!
No audio on CP.
This is a team you don't want to miss. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. So yo, bust it. All you hear is a swish. Threes by Starks and dunks by Smith. And no rebounds. If that's the case, we put Oakley and Mace in your face. We draw charges and we set picks. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
With RJ Barrett, I thought RJ stepped up. I thought he finished pretty well out there tonight. I thought, I think my prediction for him was like 24 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and he finished with 18 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 8 of 15 from the field. So an efficient night for RJ. He seemed to play very fast, man. RJ was out there, getting out there in transition. It's something that we've seen from these Knicks as they've kicked off this early season, man. They want to play a lot faster. They want to pick up the pace, get out in transition, even, make or miss. And we saw that with RJ out there. He's really forcing the issue as far as getting out in transition was concerned. So it was good to see that. So RJ bounced back fairly well with 18 points. Jalen Brunson, man, I got to give it to him once again. One of the things that we said with our group was that we finally got a point guard, and with Brunson, he once again came through. 17 points, 6 dimes, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. And what you realized with Brunson was that, not even realize, what you continue to see with Brunson is that his footwork is tremendous. His strength, his physicality, the way that he creates separation using his body, he's just so crafty as a point guard, man. We're lucky to have him, and he once again set the tone early for the Knicks. So good night for Jalen Brunson, 17.6 assists, 2 boards, and then you had Julius Randle, 15.6 boards, 5 of 12 from the field. Another efficient night for Julius, 2 of 3 from downtown. So you had some good things going from the starters. Mitch chipped in 8 points, 5 boards. Fournier 8 points as well. So good things going from the starters. But it was the Knicks bench that really carried things tonight, man. You had Quickley with 20, Rose with 13, Toppin with 16. So that right there was you had 49, 55, 61 bench points by the Knicks, man. And conversely, Detroit only had about 21, 61 to 21. So Kevin Knox, unfortunately, in his Garden return, could not lead the Detroit bench to any type of prominence. So great job by the Knicks bench, really taking advantage there. Obviously, they had the edge over Detroit's bench. Knicks also shot quite efficiently from the field, man. 42% from downtown, 52% from the field overall, only 63% from the stripe. But, overall, I thought the Knicks shot very, very well. So that was an encouraging sign for them. Again, they didn't come up against a Memphis defense again. They went up against Detroit, who's a young team, a scrappy team, but nevertheless not of the caliber that Memphis is. So I expected the Knicks to come out here and enforce their will, and they did. They played hard straight through, and you had active hands early on in this game by the Knicks, man. A lot of steals, a couple block shots from Mitch. I thought they did very well on the defensive end in that regard. They finished with 6 block shots, 4 steals, and as I said, they were very, very active out there on the defensive end, which, led to some opportunities on the offensive side as well. So great job by the Knicks, just bouncing back in this thing, man. If you guys want to call us up 657-383-1509. It's the number to call, or you can hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord, man. CP the Franchise reporting live from New York City. We just had a great fan event here, our first one of the season. Obviously, we always do the home opener. Myself and the ladies of Knicks Omni Fan. Some of you guys have watched some of you guys. Oh, Daniel, cut off the music. Daniel, cut off the music. All right, let's cut off the theme music. So yeah, as I was saying, man, we were at the Omni Fan event. And shout out to everybody that came through and supported, man. We had a great time, nevertheless. So let me get to the phones real quick, man. Pull some people in and hear what the people got to say. Let me go to area code 347-649. What's your name? Where you tapping in from? Yo, hello.
Hold on, give me a second, brother. This is Darth Haze. How y'all brothers doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? You all right? You got it together?
Yeah, I got it together. I was trying to turn my TV down and get it together in my top of my hand.
Okay, all right.
But I just wanted to say, I sent during the fan reaction that I sent something. I sent a super chat that said about 16. I said I was jumping out the window. Slow down. That's our ceiling. I'm not saying we're going to be the 6 seed.
Yeah.
That's our ceiling. The way we're playing right now, if we beat the teams we should beat, and hover around 500 against the contenders, just hover. Yeah. We could possibly be a 6 seed. It's not the all then be all. And I will also say I was one who was a Randall guy out of town. I'm liking Randall, but I'm also liking Obi, and I'm also liking Hartenstein. So it was going to be tough to get all them guys some minutes. It's going to be tough.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. I also said in my last super chat, I think in the show before that when the last preseason game when Reddish went off, I was like, I compared him to Frank. I was dead wrong for doing that. I was like, fans got hyped. It was like when Frank had a good game, I compared it to one of those. No, Cam's starting to slowly sway me. He's starting to slowly sway me. He don't have to have 15 points at night, but I like his defense. I like his energy, and he's look like he's finishing stronger. RJ is going to be all right. I predict him to be an all-star, but when I mean all-star, it's tough in the East, so he may even get in as a reserve or due to injury.
Okay,
but he can be an all-star, and we have a point guard, and that settles us down.
Appreciate it, man.
So if we beat the teams that we should beat, we'll be all right. We're on the right progression. We're on the right path.
Absolutely.
I'm not jumping out the window.
Appreciate the call. Yeah, listen, you got to win these games, right? This is a team that you're better than. You got Orlando coming up on Monday. Win these games. Win the games that you're supposed to win. Play tough against some of those contenders, and then you start to feel good about yourself. Will RJ make the All-Star team? I mean, it's possible, but like I said, the way this team plays, I think you're just gonna get it's gonna spread around so many nights. Whether it might be Brunson one night, it's Julius, it's RJ. I look at tonight. You had 6 Knicks in double figures. And we talked about the minutes distribution for Obi. What was going to be acceptable, what wasn't. Tonight he got 21. Julius got 25. Tonight was a blowout where you didn't need Julius to come back in the second half. So I'm not sure if tonight was indicative of how he'll be played going forward, because the Memphis game was quite the opposite, wasn't it? Memphis game was quite the opposite. Daniel, let me know. We got JD waiting, so let me know when we have JD ready to go. I see him on the Discord, so let me know when we have him patched in on the video side of things so we could loop JD into the conversation. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP the Franchise here, checking in live from New York City. Knicks win big and easy, man, 130-106 over the Detroit Pistons. How about, speaking of Obi, man, how about the play in the third, was it the third or the fourth quarter, where Obi, he's hustling for a loose ball, taps the ball behind him, falls on the floor, quickly gets it, and then throws the lob city to Obi, catches it behind the back and flushes it, man. The guard was going crazy on that play. That was incredible. That was definitely incredible. So great synergy between those two guys. And as I said with Quickley, it was just good to see Quick get back on track. One of the things, if you look at tonight's minutes distribution, you had Quickley with 27 minutes, Fournier with 20. Quickley was the first guard to come off the bench again for the second game in a row. It was not Derrick Rose. It was Quickley who came off the bench. And then later in the second quarter, when the starters came back into the game, Quickley stayed on. Quickly stayed on. So, that could be a sign of things to come, man. Is Fournier's minutes starting to dwindle a little bit, and a guy like it Quickley starting to get more? As Ian Begley had said, Emmanuel Quickley was due for an expanded role on this team. Maybe this is what we're seeing. And I was encouraged with Quickley's game. Again, I know a lot of you guys don't like his decision-making sometimes, and yeah, it is puzzling at times, but look, Quickley had a good game overall. He had a couple nice ones in the mid-range, had the floater going, he had an and one, knocked down a couple of threes. This was a good game for Quick, man. 8 of 14 from the field, 20 points, plus 27 on the night, 7 assists, 7 boards. Nice bounce-back game for Quick because he needed it. A lot of you guys were on his case after that Memphis game, but, again, it's one game. Just like you guys were on RJ's cases, it's just one game. It's very, very early in the season, so there's no reason to panic. Let these guys break through, let these guys shake loose, get rid of the cobwebs, get into a groove. Because we saw that with Quickley even last year. Despite the shooting slump, he got into a groove and finished the year strong. So that's how we have to approach things with Quick, man. Just give him some time. Now, the Quickley Cam thing is very interesting. A lot of people were trying to point out that conspiracy. I had refused to believe it. And then you had another instance tonight where Quickley's running the break. I think he had like a 3-on-2 break, or maybe even 3-on-3, but Cam was open. Cam was open on the right side. And he had a window for Cam, and then I think he tried to force it over to Obi, and it went into a turnover. So it's just funny to see. I don't think there's anything there, but people like to create that scenario. I don't really think there's anything there. So nevertheless, good game by Quick. All right, who we got on the Discord? Let's get I see some people on the Discord jumping in. We get SivJacob. Oh. All right, I don't know what this guy's watching, cartoons or something. All right, Siv Jacobs on the Discord. I'm gonna give you some time to get your facts together. On the phones, let's go to area code 609. What's your name? Where you tapping in from?
Hey, this is Val from Jersey.
Val, what's good?
How are you, man? I just have a point I want to bring up.
Yep.
I think eventually, if we do move on from Fournier, I think the big argument will be who should we start? Should we start Grimes or Cam? Mm-hmm. Now, I like Grimes' game, but I see Cam is just more versatile due to the length, the ability to score, and just the overall the way he can sneak to the basket at 6'8". Mm-hmm. I just really see something in Cam. And not to bring this up early, let's say Cam has a good year. How much money do you see the Knicks paying him next summer when he becomes a restricted free agent? Thank you so much, CP, and good luck for the rest of the season, man.
Thank you, man. I mean, honestly, I think he's on an uphill climb. I don't even think they keep him, to be honest. I don't think they keep him.
Here we go.
You still have to decide on Obi. You still have to decide on Quick. Everybody's not going to get kept. That's just the reality, bro. Everybody's not going to get kept. He had a good game in Memphis. He was all right tonight. He's on an uphill climb. He's still on an uphill climb. Well, what do you think, bro? Jump in here. Daniel, we got JD? Okay, yeah, we got JD on the. Okay, let's go.
Testing. You hear me? Good?
Yep. Yeah, you good. Good money, bro. What's good? First off, what'd you think about the game tonight, man? What'd you think about the game?
I thought it was a very important game. I know fans may look at it like, JD, what are you talking about? It's game 2. But, you go into this season, after a tough loss, just from an atmosphere standpoint, a vibe standpoint, and as a team, remember, we saw that in our history with the Orlando Magic, right? You lost some early games, and then you saw how the season went. I think these games early in the season, CP, They may not be so valuable today because it's only game 2, but 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, these games become more and more important when you lose them, because if you end up being a fringe playoff team, you're going to look back at game 2 of 82 and say, we should have never lost to that Pistons team. So I like the way that they responded, pretty much from a tough overtime loss. And the Pistons probably today are not going to be what they're going to be probably in a month or two, because they're very young. I know they made a lot of additions, some veteran additions. So I think they'll be a little bit better.
All hurt, by the way.
Yeah.
Nerlens hurt. What else is Burke still got bunions from last year. Tibbs running him in the ground as a point guard. Kemba's gone.
And Burke's their MVP according to you. He was probably the reason why the Pistons got smacked like that. So I love the way that they responded, CP, and a couple things that are very encouraging for me is the first game, against the Memphis Grizzlies, the Knicks scored 19 fast break points. Tonight, they scored 20 fast break points. CP, last season, the Knicks were 25th in the league with 10 points per game on the fast break. The year before that, they were last in the league at 8 points per game on the fast break. And you've seen guys like Cam Reddish and Obi tonight benefiting from, the efforts that they have said during training camp to push the pace, to push, in transition. And you see some of these young players benefiting from it, whether it's Obi on one end, Cam on the other end, or even tonight Quickley getting some open threes because of, ball pressure up the court. So it's only 2 games, but 19 points and 20 points back to back on the fast break tells you that the Knicks are serious about pushing the ball. Julius Randle, give him credit because he's contributing to that as well. So
RJ in that group as well, man.
It's noticeable. So very encouraging. The whole team is definitely looking to ramp up the pace this season, and with these stats, they're definitely very encouraging for the team moving forward. And the last thing I'll say, very important stretch, man. Again, I know it's only game 2, but you have this homestand now where you're playing Detroit, Orlando, and Charlotte. CP, I know it's only early. You got to win these games.
You got to win these games. You got to win all.
After that, you're at Milwaukee, championship contender. You're at Cleveland. You saw the performance they had with Donovan Mitchell. They looked good. Then you play Atlanta. Atlanta has won the first 2 games. At Philly, Boston. Boston looked good tonight against Miami. At Minnesota and at Brooklyn. I mean, that stretch is brutal, CP. Yeah. So I like the way they responded, and now you got to win the next 2, in my opinion, just to cover yourself, because you're going to have a tough stretch after that.
Yeah, because last year it was, 2 quick losses, 2 early losses to the Magic. And it was like, those type of games, when you're looking at last year's record and games that you should have won, and the lack of execution and making these no-name guys household names, you can't have that. You definitely can't have that. But as you said, it's very noticeable how fast they're playing, which is a good sign. I thought they were very active early on the defensive end, very aggressive with these guys, really trying to force the issue on them. And I thought that was a good sign, and really, set a tone for this game. Like, listen, we're the better team here. Let's go out and enforce our will. So that was a good job by them. Now, back to Val's question. Val was asking if they do bench Fournier, who do you start? It's the Cam Grimes conversation all over again. But then he was asking, how much do you pay Cam at the end of the season?
Give the max. We're already hyped, man. You might as well just go all the way.
That's all we want to hear, bro.
I mean, listen, maybe he's motivated because he saw what DeAndre Hunter got. He's seeing what RJ got, some of the players around, his draft status. I mean, I don't know how much you give him. It really is going to depend on how he plays. I mean, that's a question that is just too early to answer. Right. In terms of how much you give him. I think, and Ian Begley talked about, they may have a decision to make between IQ and Obi, let alone Cam. They're more invested in those 2 guys who are their actual draft picks, right? So I think the roster construction of this team is going to be interesting. There's a lot to be determined here. And I think some of it's going to be decided by the deadline, at least, because I just think Leon is ready to pounce on something that could become available, based on how some of these teams begin. And if any of these teams pivot to, the sweepstakes for Victor and some of these young talents. So I don't know. In terms of the starters, I'll tell you this though, CP, Fournier, it's all right. 20 minutes tonight. Traffic cone out there on defense, but he fits the starters offensively in terms of ball movement because he doesn't need the ball. But I think ideally, the Knicks would probably prefer to use Grimes because he could be like another Fournier, but with defense. And if Cam is playing well off the bench, why would you want to kind of mess with that? Especially with a fragile player like him, it seems like, he could be off rhythm real quick. So I think maybe behind closed doors, they would rather work Grimes into that starting lineup than Cam. But Cam is defensively, man. You could see it with Tibbs. Tibbs really likes Cam's ability and potential defensively. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Look, this team still needs to consolidate the roster. I get it. Fans love that the young guys, they're excited about the play and all of that. We all are. All these guys have shown flashes. They still need to consolidate the roster. They still have 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. When Grimes comes back, Cam's minutes are going to come down. Grimes is going to play. So Fournier's minutes are gonna get tweaked. Cam's minutes might get tweaked. He may not jump back in. Grimes is going to jump back in. And so that is the question. When this kid becomes a free agent, how much are you really going to pay him when his role, I don't think, is established just yet? And as we said, Obi IQ, there's a decision that has to be made there. You just paid RJ. You just paid Julius. You just paid Jalen Brunson. Everybody's not going to eat. Everybody's not going to stay on board. That's just how it is. They're going to consolidate the roster at some point and be ready to pounce. They almost did this past offseason. Let's just remember that. So we'll see where we're at right now. Right now, everybody, it's exciting to see everybody. I would give credit to Cam. Since the lackluster preseason, these first 2 games, his energy, his attitude has been different. He's been very aggressive out there. Tonight wasn't his night, but 6 other Knicks, it was their night. That's how it's going to go. You may not see consistent points, consistent, scoring output for Cam every night. You may not need it. But nevertheless, I thought his energy was a lot better than it was coming into the season. So give credit to him. He seems to be hungry. He seems to be, wanting to play for something and keep his spot. So we'll see what happens on Monday night. I want to shout out Dino, $30 super chat from Dino. He says, good team needs efficiency, athletic, defensive, and affordable wings, talent, 3-point shooting, and defensive bigs. Keep Mitch, Hart, Cam, Grimes, Obi, Brunson. Everybody else is a waste of time. Okay. All right. Shout out my guy, Andrew Claudio. Shout out Knicks Film School, man. He says, salute to my guys, CP and JD. And happy birthday to my fellow JETS fan, Alex. I think you just want to get that Jets comment.
Yeah, he just wanted to. Why he had to say Jets?
Yeah, that was intentional. Intentional. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely intentional.
Yeah. He says, here's hoping the Knicks good juju helps all New York sports teams playing this weekend. Okay. Yeah, I feel
all New York sports team, but he could have said the Giants in there. Like, you could be specific, but he tries to be general. It says New York sports team. Yeah. It just hurts him to say it, but it's all right.
That's a fact, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. 1,500 people on the chat, man. Let's get those likes up and let us know what you think about the game. Let's get back to. I'm coming back to Siv Jacobs on the Discord. I don't know what happened earlier. Like he was listening to Cartoon Network or something, man. Siv Jacobs back on the Discord. Oh, hold up. I think we just lost it. Siv Jacobs. Let's go. Siv Jacobs going once.
Probably with the Jetsons.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. All right, back to the phones, man. Let's go to area code 402. 402. What's your name? Where you tapping in from?
Hey, CP, what's good, bro? It's Joe from Nebraska calling back.
Joe from Nebraska, let's go. How you feeling, man?
Hey, not bad. I called the 55 birthday
shot at 40-40 yesterday. So,
Nice.
what was that?
Yeah.
We're following up.
Did we lose him? Joe still with us?
That signal took him to space.
Yeah. Yeah. The call dropped. I don't know what happened to Joe, man. All right. Area code 203. What's your name? Where you tapping in from?
Yo, the score from CT again, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm proud of the way the guys played tonight. I did say it's in the chat. I don't know if anybody caught it, but I think Cam has a play style of J.R. Smith with more IQ, if that makes sense. Like, he's somebody that we can bring off the bench and be a scoring threat. I think he fits that role perfectly, and honestly, I think 48 minutes should get cut. He's a defensive liability.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally a cone. Like, he's on a court for no reason, honestly, if we have other shooters on the team.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Okay. Appreciate the call, man. So he compared him to J.R. Smith with a better IQ. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one. But okay. All right. Appreciate the Cam love, all good. Shout out Ray Matos, $10 super chat says, let's go Knicks family, just sending good vibes to everybody. Ray Matos, definitely appreciate it. And Quiz says, yeah, that was a rapid fire call. Definitely was a rapid fire call.
So it was so rapid, we were surprised.
Yeah, right.
We're like, wait, you have another point?
Right. I was waiting for the next point, man. All right. Oh, okay. I see somebody on the Discord we got to get to, man. I ran into this guy as we were walking through the rotunda today. My guy Sam is back. Sam, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? How was the game for you guys?
Yeah, it was great. And we won 130-106. It was a blowout, It was good vibes, man. It's a pleasure running into you, Sam.
Yeah, no, I was hoping to run into you guys, say hi, and that just happened to work out. So that was great. So yeah, it was a pleasure to run into you guys. We were having some fun in section 110, small little chance, enjoying it. But I loved what I saw today. Great bounce back game from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we talk about RJ and Emmanuel Quickley, how later in the season they start to rev up. To JD's point, I think it's really important these next couple of games to really execute, because they executed well this game. Now it's maintaining that execution, because after that stretch you're going into this really tough set of games, and you need to rev up faster. You need to be able to jump into the season and hit the floor running, because that's what's going to be important. I really liked what I saw offensively. Pace was up today. You definitely saw that off the feeds for Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin. Again, I was concerned in the beginning of the game with these defensive rotations, and I still am. I mean, we're playing against Detroit. These younger guys, they don't see the court as well as Ja. There's not like a well-established team. But as I'm watching the game, I'm seeing, okay, they missed that pass. That was an opportunity for them to score. Teams are going to notice that our corners are open. I'm excited. I really hope they win these next couple of games and really hit the ground running. So let's go Knicks.
Let's go. Sam, the stat master, man. Yeah, ran into Sam at the game, JD.
Okay, that was, man. Sam is a pretty good caller, man. He's definitely, he's definitely invested in the team. That was pretty good. How was the overall atmosphere?
Oh, the vibes was great, man. The vibes was great. We had the suites rocking up there on the Chase Bridge. We had a pregame. We had a little pregame celebration at Mustang Harry's, which is kind of like headquarters for us. So that was good. And we went to pregame shoot around. We got our pregame shoot around in. The ops didn't get to us. I thought they were going to try to clip us like they clipped the open practice. So I was kind of in there incognito trying to, you know what I'm saying? But we got through. We made it through and watched the game. Starks came through first quarter. We got a group picture with Starks. Watched the game, ate some good food, and then we took the group photo on the court. So overall, the vibes were good, man. Overall the vibes were very good. It was a good night to be at the Garden.
It was a much more stress-free opening night than last opening night. It was woo. It
Yeah,
was right down to the wire,
yeah,
and it was very stressful. So
yeah.
uh, that must have been nice.
The energy didn't compare to that double overtime thriller against the Celtics, obviously, but nevertheless, it was just good to just get back on the winning side of things after a tough loss in Memphis. So
I
so
wonder how it got on that late third quarter, because that was my turning point of the game.
yeah,
3 minutes left in the third. Kay Cunningham makes a 2-point shot, and then he cuts it to 12. And
they
then
started
from
making a push.
yeah, they I think that right there, the bench was in, and they were struggling a little bit, few possessions,
Yeah.
and then from there, then you had the Reddish dunk, and then
Yep.
you had the IQ 3, and
Yep.
then the Obi 3, and then from there they cut it. They went up 99-81, and they
Yep.
never looked back. So I thought that sequence with those three guys, you talk about a core, those three young players, down 12. The pressure, you heard it from the fans. You saw some anxiety starting to creep up. Tibbs was upset on the TV. He was getting frustrated. I thought, are they really going to do this again? So to see those three guys then ensuing have that sequence, I thought was the turning point of the game. And I thought it was important that those three guys were the ones that responded to that little mini adversity at that point.
Good point. Good point indeed, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CPJD on the ones and twos, man. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. We're just recapping the Knicks 130-106 win. Big win over the Detroit Pistons, man. Let me get back to the phones, and let's go to area code 757. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo,
Yo.
CP,
Hello.
what's good, brother, man? How you doing, man? I didn't even think I was going to get it. But anyway, when the Knicks win, doesn't it do wonders for our mental health and everything? We need that. Like, we need that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that every game is not going to be catered to everybody. You know, the Knicks got to understand, like, look, this is a game for you, like Obi Toppin, Randall, maybe Brunson. Do your thing, and everybody kind of got to fall back and just kind of get in where they fit in. I think if we do that, we're going to do well. We got to beat the teams we're supposed to beat. We ain't done that in the last 8 years, bro. And it's sickening.
Yeah.
So I think if we do that this year, we'll make the playoffs and everything. And I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
No high expectations. We not.
All right. Appreciate the call, man. He said it's good. He said the Knicks are good for your mental health when they win, JD. So yeah. I guess on a night like tonight, I'll take it rather than a typical cardiac Knick affair,
Well, for him to say that tells you, what he was probably doing after the last game. So because he's going right to it. Mental health right after that. Last game was definitely tough. But yeah, great win tonight. The Knicks had 29 assists tonight. They had 28 against Memphis.
Yeah.
So, when we talk about the fast break points, now we look at the assist department. That's another stat that they want to increase. And that right there is a sign of Jalen Brunson. And
That's right.
CP, Jalen Brunson has played now over like 64 minutes or so. 0 turnovers.
Yep.
0 turnovers. So he's been valuable. And I don't know if you smell that, but it smells like a rose around here. Derrick Rose played excellent tonight. 16 minutes, hit some threes, and he's going to be a valuable player this year for the Knicks.
Yeah, no question. And when he sees Killing Hayes, that's his little understudy, man. So he tries to show him that he still got it. So, D Rose definitely came out and he was busting early. And we definitely, you definitely love to see that. His shot was on point. He's knocking down some threes. The pull-up jumpers were on point. D Rose definitely set a good tone. 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown, 6 assists. Brunson, 6 assists. So, 12 assists from your primary ball handlers. And as you said, 0 turnovers for Brunson. Rose with only 2. And overall, as a team, give them credit. They are sharing the ball early. They're playing for each other early. And it's only 2 games into the season. So it's an encouraging sign. as long as you can take the ball out of Julius's hands, you don't want to separate him completely, right? Because as I said, you still need his offense. You still need him to go out there and get you your bucket. But if you can cut that in half and you put it in a more reliable option like a Brunson, it's going to do wonders for this team. And Brunson might not be the savior, might not be the superstar guy, but it's still a steady hand with the rock, and you need that. And he's given us that. Plus the offense has been pretty good. So give credit, man. Brunson's been on point so far.
And Randall, this is again 25 minutes tonight, right? 12 shots. I like to see that, right? In terms of the attempts where it's just more balance, you don't have to go through him as much. That's going to allow the Knicks to play faster. Right. And you just see even when he's in isolation, the first 2 games, I'm seeing him when he gets the ball, he's going to that first dribble a lot quicker than he did last season. Last season, he'll get the ball, he'll hold it for a few seconds, he'll survey the court, and it's like he gets stuck into what should I do? Which move should I go to? He's going a little quicker, but it doesn't seem like it's forced. It's going a little bit more natural. That's going to benefit the Knicks. And it's only 2 games. But you got to give him credit that he's buying in early. You always like players to buy in early rather than having to buy in later in the season or when it's too late. So it looks like he's getting comfortable in this. And I'll say this, CP, it's going to be interesting because if this is going to be Julius' efforts and it looks like he wants to make it work, I wonder, do you trade him? Right? Because I actually think this will actually increase his value, him being able to show the league, I can do more than just be a one-on-one isolation, ball stopper. And I just wonder if this is going to increase his value. And then how does Leon respond to that? Does Leon up the ante into what he would want in a return? Or does he say, you know what? Let's try this experiment a little bit longer and see what's the peak of this team with Julius here.
There is going to come a point when that decision has to be made, man. And whether it's at the time when Obi has to get paid or it's this season or next, they're going to have to make a decision. We say it every show. We say it every year. They're going to have to make a decision, man. That's just the bottom line. I agree with you on all of that. They have to make a decision on this thing. And it's something that I'm glad I'm not Leon Rose in this position, honestly, because I don't know how to go forward with it.
I mean, look at tonight. The crowd is like chanting Obi.
Yeah.
Before he even got going.
Yes.
So imagine, seeing how he played tonight and the energy, the hustle. I thought he made some critical hustle plays there when he came in that contributed to them building their lead. And then you see the key with Obi. When Obi's able to make some perimeter shots, his game just expands. And then him playing with Quickley, I mean, I don't know if there's a stat out there, but Quickley makes a concerted effort to get Obi the ball. It's like he doesn't even care about anybody else on the court. He's just looking at Obi every possession.
That's
it's crazy.
Yeah. Cam and Hartenstein ain't getting that rock, man. It's only Obi, and Rose will get it as well, but that's just the dynamic between the two. And speaking of Quick, let's go to Quickley's comments on we talked about Jalen Brunson as well. Let's go to Quickley's comments on Jalen Brunson and his impact on this team. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up on feed. Boys, thanks boys. Oh. We got the All right, let's bail on that one. Let's bail on that one, Daniel.
I think has been even bigger. He let me come over his house, watch the game. I beat him in Madden, so you can put that on there.
Check too. Let's bail on the Quickley soundbite.
I think it's been
we had good intentions, but
seeing what he's doing on the floor.
Okay, all right. Play the video. He says his video's playing good. Okay, go ahead with it.
He's a great teammate, I guess, to put it in that way.
All right. So that was Quick on Jalen Brunson. And yeah, man, quickly speaking high on him. He says, I think he's impacted us on the floor greatly. I think off the floor, he's been even bigger. And we did hear that that Quickley and Brunson, they've been working out together and practicing together. They've been shooting around together. So Brunson definitely making his presence felt in that Knick locker room. So it's good to see. But yeah, play it one more time because we did have the echo. We still in preseason mode with that, but yeah, just play it one more time. Play it one more time.
No turnovers. I think 15 assists so far. Like, how is he impacting you guys?
I think he's impacted us on the floor greatly. I think even off the floor, I think has been even bigger. He let me come over his house, watch the game. I beat him in Madden, so you can put that on there. I want to know. But his energy, his leadership, I think has been even bigger. Obviously, everybody's seeing what he's doing on the floor. He's a great player. We all know that. But his leadership, he's a great teammate, I guess, to put it in that way.
All right, there you go. So hopefully you guys in the chat were able to hear that. That was Emmanuel Quickley talking about Jalen Brunson.
I think CP, one area where he's going to help, and I would like to see how Quickley responds in the next few games. There's some favorable matchups here. Is, you know, he talks about the off the court. I'm pretty sure after the Memphis game, you know, maybe in the bus ride home or something, you know, Brunson talked to him as a point guard. And probably, you know, because a lot of the talk over the last 24 hours, 48 hours was about Quickley. Does he quickly understand what his role is? He looks a little bit like he's trying to figure out, you know, am I going to be a point guard now? Am I going to be more of a scorer? And it looked tonight like he played a little bit more decisive. And that to me tells me that before the game, he had a premeditated mindset on how to attack the game. And we talked about that previously with Quickley. That's going to be the key, is him developing a game plan for himself based on the matchup, because depending on the matchup, sometimes you have to adjust, right? And I thought tonight, give him kudos for that. And I think that's what Brunson is going to be valuable for him, is he's a veteran. He understands what that is. You know, Brunson has been in those situations with Luka, without Luka, high leverage situations, playoffs. Brunson knows how to adapt and how to adjust game to game. So I think from that standpoint, he's going to be a valuable asset, and they should have a great relationship together.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Let me go back to the phones. I keep trying to get Siv Jacobs in here on Discord, but he keeps bouncing out. I don't know. All right, Siv Jacobs. Let's try it again. Siv Jacobs, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Let's go.
All right. So sorry about that. Sorry about the earlier technical difficulties. Wanna say salute to the chat. Wanna say salute to you, CP, JD, and happy birthday, Alex. Tonight's game was a telling sign for me. We beat, you know, even though the Detroit Pistons are a very young team. This team, we should be smacking a team like the Pistons, like we beat them to 130 points, and I think a telling sign, a telling stat was the Knicks overall had about 29 assists, reading the box score. So that's a very promising sign. I have to give kudos to. Part of that goes to Brunson's overall effect on the team. He's getting everybody acclimated to their spots where they best perform, like Randall, like Barrett, like Quickley. And I'm kind of upset at Quickley because he's not looking for Cam on the outlet in the third quarter. I think. I think there needs to be a synergy there. There needs to be a synergy there. But you're starting to see good signs. You're starting to see good signs from the team. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thanks for the call, man.
CP, I don't know. I think there could be.
You think there's
it's like you said, you know, we you understand, you know, what we represent, you know, we're the number one show for the fans by the fans, right?
Absolutely.
Number one platform for the Knicks. So obviously everything that we say, you know, it can travel. But I will say is, It's just odd. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when you here's why. When you look at the film, right? The times that Cam has looked visibly frustrated, he's flailing his hands, has been on IQ possessions.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw was they gave each other a pound on a possession. Forgot what quarter it was, but it was on MSG, and they didn't even look at each other. And IQ went to give a pound to everyone, eye to eye. And when it was Cam, it was just a tap. And I'm like, I wish I could record that just so you could see it and just to show you, like, yo, is there something here?
Yeah.
Is this like, it's just, I don't know, man. So we'll see. You know.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Like I said, on that one fast break, the entire suite we had, I don't know, I think we had 100 people. Cam, pass it to Cam, and then he throws a turnover to Obi, and everybody's like, oh, man.
And then the funny thing is,
you sent me that video from Jay from Florida. I was like, oh my God, man. Look,
yeah,
even worse.
Right, because when you look at the video, you see it looked like he turned over, like he was gonna go to Cam, and it looked like a little mini crossover. He said, "Whip, whip." Didn't even go, and it, like just gassed him. Like I was like, oh man, this is, and then of course Obi's the favorite for him. So
that's it.
But we'll see. It's just interesting, and it could be just it could just be so coincidental because IQ is an aggressive guard, but.
Yeah,
it's just something. I think it's gone so far now on social media that people are going to be watching this every game when they're on the court together.
Something to watch, man. Daniel, just throw the solo, throw it on my solo cam. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. Knicks post game live presented by Manscaped. CP the franchise, JD Sports Talk on the ones and twos. I am here in New York City, right around the corner from Madison Square Garden, man. This is my little makeshift studio after our home opener. So just here we got Alex celebrating his birthday, man. So I'm gonna go get with those guys in a little bit. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, that this show is presented by Manscaped. Yeah, go to manscaped.com, promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. I don't have my lawnmower 4.0 on me. I forgot it at home. I took care of business before I left. So you guys do the same, man. Make sure you guys take care of business, man. It is we're getting into October. It's Van Gundy season's getting a little nippy out. If you know what I mean. I don't have to explain any further, man. No testimonials. Just go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. All right, Daniel, you can go back to the main. Go back to the main. Okay, let's let me shout out a couple super chats that have come in. Oh, salute to the rhyme animal Chuck D, man. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. He says, with this amazing JB cohesion, I just hope Julius doesn't get envious, bored, or lazy and understands his leadership play. Hustle needs to be captain-like. Yeah, I agree. They seem to have a good relationship, though, man. I think Julius is he's approaching this season very well. And like I said, we're still going to need him to be aggressive, man. Don't lose that aggressiveness. Just play within yourself and trust Jalen Brunson. You know, that's what I'm looking for. Don't lose your aggressiveness. Don't lose your aggressiveness, but just, play within yourself and trust Brunson. That's my thing. We're getting a little feedback on the microphone. Not sure what that is, but yeah, could be a little hotel Wi-Fi thing. A little hotel Wi-Fi thing. A couple more super chats. Shout out to Canes World Order. Alonzo, appreciate it. Darth Haze has been down on Cam. First 2 games, he's swaying me. He also says, I've been telling the homies if we stay around 500 against contenders and beat the teams we should beat, I see 5th or 6th seed. He also says, wait, not jumping out the window. I'm saying that's our ceiling. We needed a chicken soup game. Ronnie Harold, $10 super chat says, thanks for bringing me along for the ride. Definitely appreciate it. I think he was talking about when I was at the Garden. Freak NY says, cheers to the Knicks. Cheers to KFTV. CP, this is your year. Freak, appreciate it, man. Joey Jams, 89, says, good team win. Was at the event today. What a vibe. And everybody's still talking about 40-40, JD. Everybody's still talking about it, man. We had the 40 rocking. I still haven't recovered from that night. I walked into MSG today like a zombie. took me until about halftime to really get back into the swing of things, man. But we had an epic night Wednesday night, man.
You know what's interesting about that is I think we made a statement in the city because there was some rumblings there, like hey, first time venue like this, can does KnicksFanTV do they hold weight like that? They ring bells like that? They're gonna fill up this venue. I mean, this is a historic venue, and I'm pretty sure by now everyone's seen the videos going around. I mean, they next time you might need a bigger venue because we packed that one up.
In 1 week, in 1 week's worth of promotion, we had 1,200 RSVPs, and it seemed like every single one of them came in there that night. It was crazy. So yeah, the next question is, when is the next one? And the answer is stay tuned. Stay tuned, because there will be more. There will be a lot more where that came from, because that was excellent. I had a blast, man. That was excellent. Even though we were working, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get some more people, some more guests. The rhyme animal Chuck D got to pull up on us. He was busy. If Chuck was in town, he would have been there. We had some cancellations and stuff too. I was working on a big guest. If you guys know what I mean, a big guest, but he couldn't make it either. So, this was just the first one. This is just the first one.
But
like everything,
you know what happens?
To level up.
When the guests that weren't able to attend, like I'm sure Chuck D's looking at it like, man, I wish I was there. I'm sure the guest that canceled looked at it was like, man, sure, you know what I mean. So we'll get it done in due time.
It's only a matter of time, man. That was just the first one, and each one it gets incrementally better. So we definitely appreciate everybody for coming out to that one, coming out tonight. We had a lot of new people for this home opener event, man. A lot of new people who we met today that were longtime fans, but just new to the fan experience that we do, the fan packages that we do. That comes with the pregame shoot around, and then the postgame perk. Tonight's postgame was the on the court picture, and then later on this season, I'm sure we'll get to do the free throws again. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the next one.
Are you gonna do the free throw again?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay. I'm coming prepared next time, though, man. I'm coming prepared. MSG, the security, they like to rush you and everything, man. They throw a shot clock on you. They're trying to get people out of there. I didn't like that. Next time I'm taking my time. I might rock shorts. I might just get in the game gear so I can get my mind right. Take the backpack off and everything. I'll be ready for the next one.
That's the ultimate game winner situation, because you only get one. So it's like it's for the game. It's for the marble. Yeah. So it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. That's one thing, man. When these guys let you do the perks, but when they want you to go home, you got to go. So nah, we'll definitely do it. Like I said, man, all that stuff is a lot of fun. Shout out to J Cal in the chat. He said I had major FOMO. Next year, 40-40, J Cal's got to be there. Not next year, but the next event, J Cal's got to be there. We need a lot of our guys.
CP, we might have to go to Silicon Valley, man, because J Cal be out there.
I told J Cal I'm
hit
coming.
Like a Warriors game or something.
Yeah, November 19th. I got that circled on my calendar, man. Knicks versus Dubs. We got to make it happen. Yeah. We got to make it happen. Knicks versus Dubs. I got to get out there. I'm always in LA, but I've never been to San Fran. So that is definitely on the list. That is definitely on the list. So salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. All right, circling through a couple more super chats. Shout out to Ray Matos. He says, "Let's go, Knicks family." Just sending good vibes to everyone. So I just want to send love in the super chat, man. Definitely appreciate that. Couple more. Darth Haze says we might trade Cam. Some of our favorites might get traded. Shout out to CPJD, Alex CK. Like the God says, don't believe the hype. We are better than people think. Like JD said, do y'all see Julius Randle running like Obi and pushing the rock? Yeah, he seemed to be playing very inspired, man.
Yeah, it's fun, right, Julius? This is fun, man. This is fun.
This is fun.
So the fans will rock with you, man.
Yeah, no question, man. KG7 Full says, great first game win. Next week we'll tell our whole story. Side note, Stanky's daddy 2-0. Oh, this guy must be an Astros fan. I don't know. JD, you got any faith in the Yankees, man?
Oof. I mean, they down 2-0. I'm confident in Cole. I think they'll win tomorrow, but it's tough.
Yeah.
You down 0-2, and you know now you have to win a game in Houston to win the series, and it's gonna be tough, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it's gonna come down to Game 4 because I think they'll win tomorrow and make it, bring the series
I hope
2-1.
It's really the bats, man. I don't even think Severino pitched, though. I thought Sevy pitched pretty well last night. You know, the 3-1 homer, obviously that was a mistake. But the bats, man, we just never seem to be able to just manufacture runs anymore, man. They were able to squeak through a couple, I think, what inning was it? The 7th, the 6th. They got back after they hit the three run homer. They did put 2 back on the board, but overall, man, the offense is just lackluster, man.
It just they can't hit.
Yeah.
They don't. The difference between them and Houston is Houston puts contact on the baseball and they put pressure on your defense. The Yankees don't. The Yankees have struck out 30 times in the first 2 games of an ALCS. That's the most. Last time was 23 by the Twins in 1969, 22 by the Mets in 1986, 22 by the Reds in 1973. So they're making history, just not the right one.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it, man. The whole bullpen situation is shaky. Like, I look at some of these guys, like, I don't have confidence in these guys, too, man. I don't know. But I think Cole will bounce back. I like Nestor. I trust Nestor. It's just the bats. We'll see.
And the Giants are going to go 6-1.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to Jacksonville to take care of business. That is correct, man. We're going to Jacksonville to take care of business. So I like the sound of that for sure. All right, let's get to. I got to get back to the closer. Jay Boogie's in town, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been on the streams as well. Jay Boogie's out here as well. So I got to get back and catch up with those guys. Get Alex a drink. All right, area code 813. What's your name? Where you tapping in from?
Yo, Tampa. My bad. I was waiting for a while. This is Rambo from Tampa, man. How y'all doing?
Rambo. Let's go, man. How you feeling?
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. First off, congratulations, man. That thing was looking live out there, man.
Yeah.
You had a large showing today, man. I wish I was there. Man, I wish I was there.
Thank you.
But, today was a great game, man. Real great game. I know everybody's excited. Cam, I know JD, the president of the Cam fam and all that. I'll tell you like this. I like Cam. He does have a little motor. He's just sneaky.
Yeah.
He's just sneaky. You know what I'm saying? And that's his game.
Yeah.
You see the talent out there?
I need it. Huh?
I say you see the talent out there. Don't hate.
Yeah, no. Listen, you got $2 for players right now. You got a tool for every little different thing you do. And Cam he's sneaky. Like that's his game. He wants to have people feel like, oh, yeah, I'm a low motor, and then let me get them cookies off of you. That's what he do. Like I like Cam. He's sneaky in that sense. I like that. But I gotta give a shout out to the front office, man. Like we gonna be something this year. We got 2 starting caliber lineups right now. That's crazy.
Okay.
Think about it. I'm gonna let y'all talk about that though. We got 2 starting caliber lineups. How many people can really go up against that right now?
Yeah.
That quick and that Obi and quick stuff. That quick when they go moving real fast, man, they can't run with them. Even the refs was letting them delay the game.
Yeah. Okay.
It was different today, man. Like them boys was tired. They couldn't keep up with Obi. Obi don't stop running.
Yeah.
And man, hey, he don't stop running.
Appreciate it, man.
But,
Appreciate the call, man. Well, look, I mean, on a night like tonight, you certainly like what you saw from this bench. 61 points off the bench compared to 21 for the Pistons, man. Kevin Knox and that Pistons bench just had no answer for his former teammates. And it started with Rose, Quick, Obi, that trio, that's as good as any bench trio in the league. I mean, if you have to look at it on paper, especially if Rose is playing at the top of his game at where he is in his career. Obviously, he's not back to MVP Rose. He'll never be, but he's still capable of being a solid bench player, better than most in the league. So we'll see, man. Hopefully they continue to grow together, and Cam fills that spot, or Grimes, whichever one of those guys gets that opportunity. I like what Hartenstein brings. I like the mix that he brings to the team. Yeah, obviously you want to see him get tougher defensively, be a bit more tenacious on the boards. He had 11 boards tonight. 2 steals, 1 block, 6 points for Hartenstein. So bench unit had it rolling, man.
I think it was like 27-4 in the first half. The
Yeah.
Knicks bench versus the Pistons bench, and this is one of their secret weapons. If you look at the difference in the Memphis game, you could attribute to the bench. It was only Cam contributing, and this is where Rose, and I think now, remember, CP, I said the way they manage Rose early, I think it's going to be interesting to see, because Tibbs doesn't hold secrets. And I think, I love Rose, but he's not going to be a 30-minute guy forever. And you see now, even a game like tonight, he goes 16 minutes. It looks like that's where they're going to want to keep him. And to keep him fresh. But if he can be effective in those minutes, that's fine to me, because at the end of the day, CP, you got to develop some of these guys, man. You gotta boost these guys' value. Ian Begley saying they're gonna make they might have to make a decision between Obi or Quickley. Well, if you're gonna have to do that, you gotta play those 2 guys to at least increase their value for a deal, or to give one of those 2 an extension. I actually like the way that they seem to be managing Rose. It keeps him healthy. And if Rose has to play less minutes to be available more games, I'll sign up for that, than to have Rose play 25, 26 minutes, and then he gets hurt.
Yeah. No question about it, bro. No question about it. I'm totally with it. And as we're seeing, it seems like Quickley's getting the nod first. He's getting that priority, bringing Rose slowly. Because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like when Rose and first got here, they were kind of bringing them in tandem.
Yep.
They were kind of bringing them
in
Rose
first.
Or Rose first, right? It used to be Rose first, or sometimes they come in together. But now, the first 2 games, you've seen it's Quickley. And I think that's going to be a trend. I think that's going to be the trend.
And I think, and again, I know Grimes is hurt. Yeah. But I still, it's been very intriguing that Tibbs, like tonight, Cam gets 19 minutes. And I know that the opportunity's there, but it seems like they do want to see some of these kids and what they have. We'll see with Obi, because I think that's going to be, because they want to, but that doesn't mean that everyone is going to get the opportunity. Tibbs is still going to be, Tibbs is still going to manage it his way. And obviously with the blowout tonight, some of these guys got more minutes than maybe a tight game would say. But it looks like, everyone's, going to get some type of level of opportunity. And it's going to be interesting to see, how everything plays out.
No question about it, man. I want to shout out Sam Bad Dude. $10 super chat says, great motivational Knicks win after the Memphis loss. KFTV got to be the hardest working crew in the game. Let's go Knicks. Thanks for stopping for a pick, even though y'all was closing up shop. Salute. Yeah, man. Yeah, you missed it, man. Me and Al was out there on 7th Avenue taking pictures for about 15 minutes. That's why I was late to get to post game, man. So we definitely had a good time, man. A lot of people was asking about you, bro. And overall, it was a good vibe, man. It was just a good vibe outside of MSG. Inside, everybody was just happy for a Knicks win and saluting KFTV all along the way, man. So definitely salute to everybody in that regard.
CP, about this stat, you talk about the Knicks have pressure. They've won their home opener by 20 plus points. In terms of their win tonight is their largest victory in a home opener since the 1996-1997 season. And they've won their home opener by 20 plus points 7 times previously. And they reached the playoffs in each of those seasons. And they've done that tonight.
Okay.
In each of those seasons, they reached the playoffs.
Okay. Let's go.
So don't let this one be the one. Because I hate reading those stats, because I just say, yep. Watch it be different.
Watch it be broken. Hey, I hear
So,
you,
so
man.
that's definitely interesting. But I guess if you see the way they played the first game and the way they responded tonight, and then when you look around the NBA, how about the Utah Jazz 2-0 record? Thank
Sexton
you,
balling,
thank you,
marketing balling.
thank
Hey,
you, thank you. I'm sure Danny Ainge is happy.
yeah.
They go to Minnesota and they score 132 points on the Twin Towers. Is that?
Good towers, man.
And I just realized, hold up, did Minnesota just trade all those picks to
Yeah.
Utah for Rudy Gobert? Then Utah goes to their house and beat them.
Beat the brakes off him. You just can never on this league, man.
You're going to see some upsets early in the season. So I think that makes even more sense. When you see a game like tonight, like that tonight, I don't want to hear that this win was against the Pistons. Like, you got to give the Knicks credit because, you know, when you tell me, oh, they're supposed to smack the Pistons. Well, they did. And if they did, that means they deserve credit for that.
Yeah. You play the games that's on your schedule. You win the games, you beat the teams that's in front of you, man. That's just how I see it. Looking at Denver and the Dubs. Denver up by 8 on the Warriors. 8 minutes left to go in that game. Okay, a couple more before we wrap. Let's go to area code 718. We'll wrap this guy up on the phone. 718. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, CB buddy, JD buddy. What's going on? How you doing?
Good, man. Who's this?
This is old buddy from Queens, long time Knicks fan. How's everything?
Oh, good, man. Your name is Buddy as well.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. All right, no doubt, man. What's good?
My real name is Orel.
Oh, no doubt.
Everybody call me old buddy.
Oh, buddy in the building. Let's go.
I asked you if you could shoot. Your name is Buddy.
Let's talk about the Knicks. The Knicks, this is what they got to do. Play team basketball like they've been doing the past 2 games. And JD, you stole my thunder when it comes to about Coach Tibbs. Is this the new Tibbs playing right now, or is it the old Tibbs? If it was the old Coach Tibbs, he would have been playing Randolph and RJ for 40 minutes with a 20-point lead. But with the new Tibbs, he's starting to play everybody on the bench. Even the old Tibbs would never even play your boy, JD, Cam Reddish. I'm shocked to see Cam Reddish in 2 games straight. And I like that. I like the new Tibbs. Is it me, or did Tibbs change?
It's a good question. You had a lot of guys getting minutes tonight, and Tibbs has notoriously said that no lead is safe, even a 20-point lead. And so that's why you would see RJ, Julius, and those guys in there. So is he trusting the second unit a little bit more? You know, it's only his second game, but so far, it seems so.
Yeah, I still think it's early because, you know, like there was a moment, for example, in the Memphis game where it was a high leverage situation. Randall fouled out, and you and I was like, maybe he goes to Obi now, and he went to 48.
To 48. He went to 48, bro.
48 give him nothing for the rest of the game. You know, so you thought at that point, maybe when you look back at that, he should have went to Obi. You know, I know he's a tweener, but it's another guy, another body to potentially get you a rebound or two, even though he's not particularly a strong rebounder. But, you know, so that's what I'm saying. So I know it looks good, but he's still going to be, you know, we're still going to look at those good games and those high leverage situations, see how he coaches that. You know, I mean, I'm sure you heard this, CP. I mean, Knicks fans, y'all crazy. Like, we win tonight against the Pistons, and they want to skip the next 2 games. They're like, give me the contenders. We're ready for the contenders. And I'm like, well, wait. Let's play our games first, man. Like y'all want to already see us play the contenders just because of tonight? Like, chill. I'm sure you heard that. I'm sure you heard that today, CP.
It's always like that, man. After a good win, everybody's jumping out the window. Now they want to face Golden State right away, man. Bring Steph Curry and them to the Garden. They can get the smoke. That's how it goes, man. The enthusiasm gets fever pitch. But yeah, listen, we'll take it, man. 130 to 106. Knicks win big, and great show, JD, man. Great show. You coming downtown, man? What are you doing, man? We're going to get a drink. Go toast up with Al for a little bit.
Okay. Just hit me up.
I
mean,
back
I
to
mean,
Mustang.
you the big boss, man. Send a cab over here. send one of your limos, man. You know, you just got to make a quick phone call. Hey, JD, a little bit uptown. You know, go pick him up.
I'll send the drive over, man. So to everybody in the chat once again, the next show will be weekly on Sunday. We'll get a Knicks weekly popping on Sunday, and that'll be it as we get ready for Knicks versus Magic on Monday. So shout out to D-Roy. D-Roy was in the building. D-Roy was out, and he's out in H-Town. He was out at the Yankees Houston game 2 ALCS. Sends a super chat, says Knicks have the best bench in the NBA, period. Rhyme Animal Chuck D also sends a super chat, says this current NBA is definitely hunger versus the bags. Yeah, gotta stay hungry, man. Also get your food ate, man. No question about it. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that this show is brought to you by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And also remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. So if you miss it on video, you don't need to miss it, man. You can catch it on all major podcast platforms, man. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the major ones. So make sure you do that. We'll catch up with you guys on next weekly. And JD, I'll catch up with you guys, man. Have a good evening. Knicks win big, 130 to 106. We out of here. Peace.